Cool. Hello. Greetings, everyone. What's going on? Got my health potion. Magic health lantern. How's it going? One sec. What's going on? This is day 7. 7 days. Pure watermelon. No other fruit. Nothing else. Watermelon juice. Pure. What's up, Maddie? How are you doing? Yeah, we're just here. So basically, when you don't eat food and you live on nothing but liquids, how do you get into 5D? I'll answer that in a minute. It's complicated, but I'll answer it. When you live on liquids only, you have a lot more energy to do other things. So I didn't really do live streams before, but I find myself doing like 3 hours worth of live streams a day. It was over yesterday or the day before, I did 3 hours because I've just got so much energy on the liquids and I'm not thinking about food. So usually when you eat food, how long you been doing this? Well, this is my 7th day of this. So I'm on day 7. But usually when you eat food, you think about food all day. But when you don't eat, there's so much more bandwidth available to think about everything else that you've got to find creative ways to do things. Because you will realize that half of your day, or most people, half the time that you spend awake is thinking about cooking, preparing, and eating food. It really is like that. One sec. Have I tried eating one meal a day? No, that's crazy. So for me, eating one meal a day, you can do that if you eat protein and fat, because protein and fat take a very long time to process. So you won't get hungry. But if you're eating simple sugars and carbohydrates, eating 1 meal a day doesn't make sense. It makes more sense to eat all day. Like I'll drink this all day. And it's the same when I'm eating food. Oh, hold on. So the amount of energy that you have when you live on liquids is so different, and it's a different kind of energy as well. It's a different type of lifestyle. It's a different like vibration of existence. The things that interest you when you eat food may not interest you when you don't eat food and live on liquids, because even your desires are determined by what you choose to consume, because what you choose to consume changes your vibration. Interest in the watermelon fasting. What do you think about deworming your intestine? Worms live in mucus, and so if you get the mucus out, which I'm always doing and everyone else should be, you get the mucus out, then you won't have a worm problem. You shouldn't. I don't believe it's helpful to focus on worms. It's more beneficial for you to focus on nourishing yourself and cleaning yourself, and then the problem will take care of itself. Don't worry about them too much. They live in mucus. Hello, JJ. How's it going? How to stop getting sick. So when you get sick, it's your body forcing you to detox. It's pushing out toxins. That's why you sweat. That's why you have mucus come out. That's why you get a cough. Coughing and sneezing are the body detoxing. Coughing is expelling something. Sneezing is pushing things out. And if you get a fever, it's your body making it so you sweat toxins out. So that's when you get sick, when you get like a cold or a flu, when you catch a cold, which you don't catch a cold, you eat a cold. It's when your body gets backed up with toxins. Your body will force you into a situation because you won't get hungry, you'll be sweaty, you'll be getting mucus out, and you won't be moving much. Your body will basically force you into a detox. And so if you just do it yourself, you'll never get a cold and flu ever again. You'll never get sick again. You won't see any type of disease because all disease is just a blockage. One second. And so this is how you do that. You thought eggs were good for you. Yeah, a lot of people think a lot of things, really. Like eggs, not ideal. They're goopy and they make mucus. The oranges here have no seeds but are cheap. What do you do? They're fine. So don't worry about getting perfect fruit. I healed myself with the cheapest seedless grapes you've ever seen when I first started. Life will provide for you what you need. So if that's all you can have, if that's all you have access to, that's what you need. That's how life works. If you can't get it, it's because you don't need it. So don't worry about being perfect. Life literally will support you in everything that you do. And that's not just with food, that's with everything. Literally everything. You will always be provided for, provided that that whatever it is being provided facilitates your needs. And your needs are different from your desires. They're two different things. Your actual needs, like to advance yourself and evolve. Yo, yo, hello, hello. How would you get rid of acne? Same way you get rid of anything else, you clean your body. Acne is just your body pushing toxins out. And because there'd be a bunch of blockages, it's difficult for the body to do anything else with it. So it's like pus and fat and stuff in zits. And that's what acne is. And I used to have that when I was a kid. I used to have when I was a kid, the acne that I had was it was like the worst one in the whole school. Would you believe? Like now, if you look, like my skin's really clear now, and there's no scarring or anything. But at the time, it was bad. How would you get the mucus out? This is how you do it ultimately. But you need to transition. So that's you transition over to this. It takes like 6 months to go from like standard Western eating to get to this point. If you do it properly and comfortably. Or you can just jump straight into this, but I wouldn't really recommend that. Do you know Jesus is king? I don't know that. It's going to be your last water fast, and how long? This is not a water fast, and no, it won't be my last. This is not water. This is watermelon juice. Water fasting is boring to me. I wouldn't do it at this point. I like this because you still get energy. You can still do stuff, and it tastes good, and it hydrates you still and flushes everything. It's beautiful. This is the best way to do it. Juice fasting, superior to water fasting, I believe, for the purpose, because the issue is dehydration and mucus. So if you get the mucus, so to get the mucus out, you need to use a lot of liquid. So it's like, choose your liquid. Do you want to use water or do you want to use this? I don't even like drinking water. I never do. The taste of it, it's just like, it's just gammy. I don't know. I don't like water. $1 million or a beautiful cabin in the forest. Well, if I had $1 million, I could buy many cabins. What's in the jar? Yeah, it's watermelon juice. It's a health potion. How to stay away from sugars. Why do you want to do that? I wouldn't recommend that. You don't want to stay away from sugar. You want to stay away from fat and protein. A lot of people have a hard time with that, but it's true. You want to stay away from fat and protein. Especially fat, especially saturated fat, especially animal fat. You got a fever yesterday for eating cooked beans with salad. You didn't get it from the cooked beans in the salad. Your body just hit a certain saturation point of toxins, and it was like, okay, had enough, and it gave you a fever to get you to stop eating so it could get rid of all the toxins. That's what it does. That's what colds and flus are. Colds and flu, you don't catch them, you eat them. Yeah, see? Vitality equals power minus obstructions. It is like that. That's the Arnold Ehret's formula. That it is, though. The more obstructions you have in your body, the less energy you have, and the more you're going to be reliant on external stimulants like meat and coffee. If you eat a lot of meat and coffee and you need meat and coffee just to feel awake and alive, that's because you have blockages in your body. Because if you get the blockages out, you don't need those stimulants. And meat is a stimulant. High protein is a stimulant, plus the adrenaline in the meat, plus they put steroids in the meat. So everyone who eats meat is on steroids. That's why you're in the gym all the time. Literally, people who eat meat are on steroids because they put it in the animals. Also, they cover it in chemicals to make it look good on the shelf. Most meat that you buy in the shop has been there for like 30 days, or it's been like, it was 30 days ago when it went through like the process. Proper bloke. I always see that comment. Love it. Bulgur is good for transition. Yeah, because it's a grain. It's a carbohydrate, so it's good, yeah. He's got to be streaming on something else. Nah, this is TikTok. Why? Does it look weird? This is literally, I'm just streaming here on TikTok. You're addicted to poppy flower powder. How to stop taking it. So all addiction, you stop by getting bored of it. You can't just force yourself to stop. You have to keep going, whatever it is. Smoothies good. Yeah, I like smoothies. They're a good transition. So to go from like solid food over to juices, they're a good transition. Smoothies are great. This is ultimately what cleans you. Doing a long fast with juices. Ultimately, this is what will clean your body. But you have to transition over. So this is where you want to get to the point where you're drinking nothing but this. And that will get toxins out. I can feel it get pulling them out now. There's like acids in my throat there from drinking that, because this is pulling them out. That's why people often, like, people ask me, like, where are you going every 2 minutes? I'm literally getting acids out, because as you drink this, it pulls them out. And talking helps. So I'm transmuting these acids while cleaning into sharing the knowledge. That's what you do. You transmute it into something positive. Which fruit juices do I prefer to juice? How much would you go along with it? I prefer this. I just love it. Watermelon's the best. I don't get bored of it. Like today, I'm on day 7. Today was the first day where I kind of thought to myself, maybe I'll have another one, but I didn't. I just had watermelon. And how much longer would I go with it? I've done 69 days straight on watermelon juice before. So I don't know how long I'm going to do. I don't have a goal number in mind. If you say a goal number, like, I don't know, if I say 50 days and then don't do it, then I don't feel good about it. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't feel right. Because I don't like forcing it. So when I did 69 days, my goal was 90. But I got to day 69 and then I was just like, at the time I was just like, I really just wanted to eat some food. It felt natural to stop. But because I'd said 90, I felt almost guilty about it. It's almost like it diminished the achievement of a 69-day juice fast because I had decided it would be 90 days. But if I don't give it a number and don't say that it's going to be a certain amount of days, I'm already on day 7. That's already fantastic. But if I had a goal of 21 days, I'm on day 7. It's like, oh, I'm not there yet. But right now at day 7, that's fantastic because I don't have a goal number in mind. So it's all just fantastic. There can't be any. And then when I do come to the moment where it's time to stop, I won't feel bad about it because it will be natural. How to overcome sugar. You don't want to do that. Sugar's good. All fruits are made of sugar. Fruits are the healthiest thing. Fruits are the healthiest thing in the world, and they're made of sugar. Fruits are what clean you, and they're all made of sugar. All right, Jackson, mate. What do I think about milk? High in fat, comes out of a cow for a cow to drink. Why should we believe you? You don't have to. Do what I'm saying and you'll see what I mean. Bro, why last 3 months about juice? Why? Enough, please. You don't have to listen to me. Because this is the most important knowledge in the world. This is the most valuable knowledge in the world, believe it or not. This is what will save the world. This is what will change your life. This is what will save people. This is how you change the world. This is how you save the world. That's why. And it's because that's what I'm doing at the moment. Like, this is my page. I'll post about so every time I make a post, it's because I'm having those revelations or that experience at the time, in many cases. So if I'm talking about this a lot, it's because I'm all about this. I'm on day 7. When you're doing this, you kind of have to be all about it. Because food is very addictive. So you got to be on point with it. You do. You got to stay on the ball with it. So if you're getting bored of hearing about it and you're not doing it yet, it's because you're not listening. Because if you really heard me and you really saw the benefit of doing it and you really saw the waste that will come out of you and if you really could see, you would be doing it. So if you're not doing it and you've heard that you're bored of hearing about it, then I don't know what to tell you. So you say you're done with sugars. Yeah, I wouldn't advise that. Sugar's great. It's fat that you want to avoid. If you want to clean your body anyway. If you want to clean your body, avoid fat. What about 100% fresh juice from apples and blueberries? Yeah, get a juicer. I have a juice machine here. I've got it for £20, which admittedly is very cheap. But I got a juice machine, 20 quid. And I make any juice I want. I say any juice I want, I'm just making this. Can you do pineapple juice instead of watermelon? You can. Be very intense though. Pineapple's powerful. It's quite acidic, isn't it, pineapple? So it's like that'll flush you out though, there's no doubt. Any fruit will do it. Each fruit has a different personality. Any thoughts on Hinduism? I don't really know much about Hinduism. I know they have different gods though, multiple gods. So they're like entities. And I serve a god, the god. And then when there's the Ganesh and the elephant god, I'm trying not to be offensive because I don't know too much about Hinduism. But I do know that the real true God is the one living God, and that is our Father. And I know that. What do you do with vitamin deficiency? I don't have vitamin deficiency. If you have vitamin deficiency, it's because you have blockages and imbalances in your body. Your body will balance itself out, basically, if you clean it. Someone said none of the comments he reads out comes up. I do. See, that's a recent one. It's just because there's more comments than I can read in time. So I'm a couple of minutes behind, that's all. Saying it's not real. Heaven's voice. There you go. It's real. It's real. I'm real. I'm a real person. I promise. Do you lift drawing? Yeah, I do. Well, not lift, push-ups. I'm not trying to put all my body's energy into building new muscle. I'm trying to clean it. It costs a lot of energy to clean it. So I do push-ups. I keep myself so my muscles get used, but I'm not trying to get massive. Do you know what I mean? Lift as in the attitude of lifting, or the word lifting means trying to get really big. There's nothing wrong with that, but for me at this time, I'm trying to put all the energy into cleaning. So not lifting, but I'll just do press-ups and stuff. I do that every day. Do I prefer alkaline or acidic fruits? Ultimately, they're all alkaline. Even the acidic ones like orange and pineapple and lemon and lime, they still cleanse and purge acids and still become alkaline once they digest. All fruits are alkaline. You did the detox, but you do lose strength. Like I said, your body's using a lot of energy to clean itself. So if you're cleaning yourself and you're trying to build at the same time, you got to if you wanted to build. So I've done it before. A few years ago when I was in Australia, I was drinking 7.5 liters of orange juice a day, no food. Did that for 35 days, and I was working on a building site, and I was going to the gym after work some days. So you can do it, but orange juice is very different. You got to be really clean to be able to do that with orange juice. Orange juice is so powerful. That was a different thing. And actually, I didn't get much waste out when I was doing that because the body was using all the energy to go to work and lift weights and stuff. So if you're going to do a real clean, you want to lay off the heavy exercise and let the body put all the energy where it's needed, which is cleaning this. India, I like your videos a lot. I can tell you're channeling and getting downloads when you talk. Thank you. Someone else said that before. I do get my guidance directly from the man himself, which is cool. Greetings from Ireland. All right, Greg. What if you have diabetes? Clean your body. The reason that you need to take insulin if you have diabetes is because your body isn't producing the right amount of insulin to process the sugar, and it's for a couple of reasons. You could have a bunch of blockages in your body, which is making it so that your blood sugar stays elevated, because the blockages are making it so your body can't process the sugar effectively. And so if you clean it, you'll be able to process sugars more, and you won't need to take the insulin. That's what it is. It's blockages in the body. Someone said I'm a Freemason. I know, it's funny because I nearly did join them once. I was gonna infiltrate them. I thought it'd be funny. Like I was just gonna be like, I'm just gonna join. But then I spoke to the guy on the phone, the Freemason guy, and then he like, do you know the first question that they asked me on the phone? The Freemason guy, he said, "Do you believe in the existence of a supreme being?" That was the first question. Hello, yeah, do you want to join the Freemasons? Yeah, just want to check. Do you believe in the existence of a supreme being? Honestly, what he asked me. That's honestly the first question they ask you if you're going to join the Freemasons. I didn't. I actually arranged it as well. I arranged the whole meeting. He was like, "Come here at this time." I was like, "Yeah, cool. We'll go meet Freemasons." And then the day came to it, and I was like, "I don't want to do that." Couldn't be bothered. But that's legit the first question they asked you. It's crazy, isn't it? All right, Jay, hello. What do I think about avocado? I like it, but it's high in fat, so I don't have it too often. I do like it, though. If you squeeze lime juice on it, it breaks up the fat a bit. It's easy to digest. But ultimately, it is just pure fat, so, have them rarely. For me, when I'm eating raw, eating all the proper food, I'll have an avocado like once or twice a week. So I don't have fat every day when I eat. So it's like once or twice a week I'll have an avocado. And that seems to be enough. God lives within us, yes. Yeah, we're not God, but he does live within us. Someone said, "You are the only true God." That's bullshit. Yeah, not true. God is real, and he lives within. He's very real. You can have a very real, direct relationship with him. He's very he's cool. He actually is the coolest person. He's not a person. I don't know. Like, I always wondered, like, is he walking around somewhere, like, in human form? And then he kind of doesn't answer that question. But that's cool. But yeah, you can have a very direct relationship with him. And it's cool. You'll never be alone again. But a lot of people say that they want that, but could you handle having 24/7 someone else there? Like 24/7, literally. Because that's what it is. That's what it's like. So when you say so some people say I spoke to God, but he wouldn't talk to me or whatever. So yeah, because if you have him, you either have him there or don't. It's not like you just when you want. It's like all the time, 24/7. Most people, I don't think, are ready for that, because you have to be really comfortable with yourself. You have to have reached a certain level of what I would say is purity, to the point where you're not doing anything shameful, like watching, like adult videos on, you know what I mean, like that kind of stuff, or like or if you're like attacking yourself, destroying yourself in any way, any of that kind of thing. If you're still doing anything like that in any capacity, then you won't want to have God around, because you're going to feel shame sometimes. So it's like he wants to be with all of us, but are you ready? That's basically the question. Like, how ready are you to be 24/7 with someone else? 24/7. Every moment of every day. Hold on. Because that's what it's like. How much juice do I drink a day? Probably 8 liters, honestly. I've got this. I've had a lot today, to be fair. But yeah, probably about 8 liters. I don't check, I don't count. I used to count and I used to be like, oh, I had this much and write it down. But these days I don't do that. I don't set goal days. I don't write a certain amount of numbers or anything, which if you've never done this before, absolutely set goal days and stuff. But you get to a certain point in your journey where I'm having this because this is what I want the most, not because I'm forcing myself to do it to clean myself. It's like I've got to the point where this makes the most sense. So I don't have to force myself to do it. I don't have to force food away. This is what I want to do the most. 1 second. Have you looked into the color of fruits that match chakra color? Yeah, that's not just with fruit. Let me tell you something about reality itself. This is going to sound weird to some people, but it's absolutely true. Reality itself is color coded. So this is the color of the root chakra. It's very grounding if you drink this. But it's the same with all food. So if you eat a packet of instant noodles, for example, that has a red packet, will have the same chakra activation as this in terms of where it moves your breath center. I know that sounds weird, but I've tested this extensively, and it is true because reality itself is color coded. So the people who were making the instant noodles, they weren't like, oh, we're going to make this to do this chakra, but because reality itself works like that, when they make a red packet one, it activates the breast center down there, and then orange, yellow, green and blue and purple and pink up there. Like that's how it works. And if you're really in tune with your breath, you'll be able to see that. How do you get into 5D? Cleansing and breathing and realignment. Get your atlas in, realign your body, clean it, cleanse it, breathe properly. That's how you do it. That's how you meet God. Someone said F the mucus. Absolutely. The Father, as in Jesus Christ the Father. No, Jesus Christ is the Son, or a Son. Jesus Christ is a child of God, was a child of God. It's not the same. Thank you for answering. Yay. Guys, only ask questions. Yeah, it's all right. I don't mind. I like it when people say thanks and happy stuff. What diet do I eat? I don't eat at the moment. I haven't eaten for 7 days. So, sorry if I don't get to the comment, there are a lot. Also, having more muscle mass allows you to burn more calories at rest. Well, if you don't eat, your body will eat that or use that. So that's what, and again, if it's healthy muscle, then your body won't necessarily do that either. There's a big difference between, there's ways that you can do it. You can do it with ice cream and chicken nuggets and all of that, or you can do it with alkaline foods. It's a different kind of building. Your body retains it more, and it's you'll feel stronger without being bigger. Like anyone who eats like this and cleans their body is way stronger than they look in terms of their frame and size. Not saying big muscle, hard man, but the point is when you clean your body and get everything out, you'll be breathing properly. There'll be more energy flow in your body, and you will be stronger naturally. Because as you lift things, but you can breathe properly, and the breath supports you. It's the same as having a really strong core. Being flexible is more important than being strong. Yes. But you can be both. Can you mix with the fruit juices? You can, and when you first start, you're going to want to, because you're going to be so used to having all different foods. But if you're like me, and like anyone else I've ever met who does this, I don't know anyone who's been doing this for a while that mixes their fruits or anything. Most people just mono meals, like the same, just the one fruit. It's okay. You don't need to mix it. It already tastes amazing. Well, this is all I've had for 7 days. Haven't even had a different fruit. It's just this. I love it. Sometimes I have the yellow watermelon, which is still a watermelon. It tastes basically the same. When you stop riding the Peloton on day 7, you suddenly released. Yeah, so when you breathe it detoxes you. And there'll be areas in there that you're not breathing into. Try this, do this, right? So put your back straight, open your mouth slightly and your teeth slightly. Put your tongue on the roof of your mouth. So open, tongue on the roof of your mouth, and then breathe in horizontally, or like directly horizontal all the way to the back of your throat. And then feel in there where you're not breathing usually. You'll breathe into areas that you're not usually breathing into if you do that. And that shows you how the misalignments and the blockages make it so that you're not breathing properly. So when you get realigned, you don't have to do that anymore because you'll naturally breathe into those places. And that's what will detox you ultimately. Does it hurt to get your atlas put in? No, it doesn't. You're not religious, but you believe in God. And you can tell he really talks to me. He really does. I thought it was like more common, but it's really hard to... I really recognize the blessing of it. You've started blinking, my friend. Yeah, some days I blink. There'll be days when I blink. Depends. So blinking, it all depends how much you've got going on in here. I'm going through quite a big detox today. I've done the juice and I've taken some psyllium husk as well, quite a lot of it, which pulls waste through. So there's a lot of detox happening in my body right now. So if I'm blinking more, it's because of internal stuff happening. That's what blinking is. You got a message last night. How do you know if it's from God or not? Well, good question. If it was just someone talking, like say you got a message last night, if it was just like a voice in your head, or not a voice in your head literally, but you know, like when like a thought, that's just a voice. Like say you have a thought like, oh, I should go and eat a burrito, and you just hear the words in your head almost, you know, not literally hearing voices, but you know what a thought, you know, when you think words, that when you have like an auditory, like language thought, then that's questionable, really. Like God will speak to you through your intuition, which is a language that you and God have that nobody else can understand. And it has to be that way. So only you can truly tell if it's from God. There's no way someone else could decipher that for you. Do I worry about organic? I don't. I never have. Maybe one day I will. Are all nuts good? Yeah, they're kind of. They're high in fat and protein, so you want to have like a good amount of nuts would be like maybe like a handful, I guess. Like you don't like to eat like if you get like a whole bag of nuts and eat them, that's quite hard for the body to process unless you chew them with greens. So if you get some spinach or lettuce and chew the nuts with that, it makes it 10 times easier to digest. Literally 10 times easier. Yeah, an unsaturated fat is better than a saturated fat. I agree with you. I do agree. Where exactly God lives inside us? Nowhere exactly. Just, it's hard to explain. It's a different way of seeing. It's a way of seeing. It's like a sight thing. Hold on. It's really hard to explain. Can a diabetic do the juice fast then with an insulin problem? Yeah, with low sugar juices. But if you're a diabetic, I wouldn't recommend jumping straight. Well, some people would, but I would transition using vegetables and cut out the fats and the animal products. Get all fats out of your diet. If you have diabetes, get all fats out of your diet. That straight away, go straight carbohydrate, and that will start getting the fats out, and you'll process them better. You got your atlas readjusted and you don't feel anything. Yeah, most people don't. It takes 8 months, roughly, for the realignment to begin. It takes 8 months. Once you get your atlas in, 8 months. God is you and all of our collective consciousness. So that's the Tao. That would be the Tao, which is everything. Which is, like God is in the absolute, which is all things that exist. There can be nothing outside of it. That's the Tao. That's not what I am referring to when I say God. When I say God, I mean I'm talking about in terms of like duality, individualistic. There's two ways to look at reality. There's the non-dual from the Tao, which you can understand, and then there's the individual level, which is separation, you and me and you, kind of. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like non-duality and duality. I don't see to speak about duality. I like non-duality. It's fun. Like, that's the whole point of this whole life experience. Like, too many people seeking non-duality. What's the point? Like, you can understand it, but don't live there. Like, what are you going to do there? Like, if you were truly non-dual anyway, you wouldn't exist, or you wouldn't be able to perceive your existence properly. That's the whole point of duality. That's why the Tao is the Tao. But when I'm talking about God, I'm not talking about the Tao. If that makes sense. It does make sense, but hopefully it makes sense. Top tier legend, sharing the live. What a legend. You went in on Saturday. It was Caroline Vernon. I've sent quite a few people her way. She's got to know who I am. God gave us all free will. Yes, he did. If you don't feel a connection, though, you've prayed, fasted, everything, but you can't feel God. Well, just get your body in alignment. For me, I can't tell you how to get in touch with God except clean your body and learn to breathe properly. It's a different way of seeing. For me, it just happened one day. And then it was like... So the moment that I started being able to perceive him, that was it. That's how it's been ever since. It happened in an instant, actually. It was crazy. It was like an instant change. And then since then, I've been able to... It's just my life completely changed on that day. High vibrational Chad. Cheers, mate. Do you consider what you're doing fasting? Yeah. It's juice fasting. I don't want to argue about technicalities, but this is cleaning your body. This is juice fasting. That's what it does. Cleans your body. And it is definitely a fast. Is this a recording? It's not. Sorry, I'm just a bit behind with the messages, that's all. Do you need to be cleansed to meet God? In some respects, you need to be pure. Hold on, I'm going to click the button and catch up with the messages. So, because I know that's a couple of minutes behind. What do I think of Trump's status? I don't pay attention to politics, world events, or any of that stuff at all. Not at all. I didn't even know that there was like a moon landing until the day of it. And then someone was like, what do you think about the moon landing? I was like, what moon landing? I've never heard of it. And that's how much I pay attention to that sort of stuff. Do I think there were many psyops, mate? There are. And there's a lot of AI and photo editing and all of that stuff involved. With fruit, you get hungry. It's because you haven't transitioned properly. You need to transition yourself. Use carbohydrates. Do I also drink water with the juice? I don't drink any water. I just drink this. This is it. Just that. You threw your date of birth into Jovian archive and it said you're a manifester. Do you have any advice? Manifestors, 9% of people aren't necessarily social. You might be a little bit, but not really. And your job is to figure out how, like, you want to build systems and have an impact on the world. You don't necessarily care about being the most social guy. Manifestors create things. Manifestors create companies. Manifestors create businesses. Manifestors create that kind of thing. They design things. Manifestors are the designers. And then they'll recruit a bunch of generators to do the work for them. Manifestors are 9% of people. Generators are 70% of people. Many people who own companies and start businesses are manifestors. And then they get the generators to do the work. Can I explain shadow work? Yes. Shadow work is exploring your resistances. So you've got a bunch of things that you do that you don't like, that you do them, but you feel the strong desire to do them. It could be anything. A lot of people smoking, drinking, whatever it is. Shadow work is if you have that strong desire and you're forcing yourself not to do it, shadow work is intentionally going and doing that thing until you can see why you were doing it, and then it will fall away on its own. And that's how you get free of it, and that integrates the shadow. That's what shadow work is. That's the true way to do it. What do I think about eggs from the local farm? Same way I think about eggs from the supermarket, to be honest. It's not about the quality of the egg, it's about the fact that eggs themselves are acidic and make mucus. Doesn't matter where you get it from. It really doesn't. Why do you never blink? I blink sometimes. What juice is that? It's watermelon juice. It's a health potion. That's what it looks like as well, doesn't it? What's the difference between cleansed and pure? Not really, they're just different words. You could find them next to each other in a thesaurus, I'm sure. Have I read The Secret? Yeah, a long time ago. Or I watched the movie. I know about it. What's my true identity? The very, very, very discerning would be able to figure it out. And a couple have. Manifesting generators. Yeah, manifesting generators are different. Manifesting generators are... They have some manifestation ability. So manifesting generators have a lot of ideas and they're good at loads of different stuff. And then their challenge in life would be figuring out what they want to do the most. And so that's how they're different from a normal generator. They have manifestation ability. They have lots of ideas and they want to do loads of different things. You're so confused where I'm reading from. I'm reading from the comments. I'm just a bit behind. It's like there's like 5 comments every 5 seconds. Yeah, your comments are coming through. There's just so many. I'm sorry if I don't get to your comment. What about the generator manifest? Yeah, the manifesting generator. Sorry, I just spoke about that. You're putting too many things in boxes. You can grow. No, I'm just talking about human design. I'm not really putting things in boxes. If you get your human design chart and have a look at it, you'll see that it's pinpoint accurate. It's not about putting things in boxes. It's just about saying how things are. It is completely accurate. What level of cleansing do you think is happening juice fast versus hitting autophagy? I am almost convinced, certainly, that autophagy is just parasites eating the old waste because you're not putting any new food in. Because if someone fasts for too long, they start losing weight too much. So it's like you get rid of all that old waste if the parasites eat it. And then you need to start eating food, because that's why people who fast too much lose too much weight. That's why you can't live completely without food yet at this time, because fasting, you have to be in touch with your breath to be able to do that. And the environment would have to be way cleaner. What do I think about olives? They are okay. They're high in fat, so you just want to moderate that. Why would you put poison ink beneath your skin? Mate, we've all done a lot of things in our lives. I just did it yesterday. Just yesterday. Just fuck it. Do you know what I mean? No, I think my body will clean that out, to be honest, at some point. That'll come out. Do you eat cheese? No, it's the same as eating... It's really... So cheese is a solid saturated fat. It gets stuck in your body. Your body can't process that properly. You don't want to put cheese in your body. What do you think about witchcraft then? There are people who do that. There are. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. There's more of them than you think. I think you might be one by asking me that question to see if I know about it. Apologies if you're not. But yeah, there's people doing that. Manifesting people are manifestors are 9%, generators are 70%, projectors are 20%, I'm a projector, and then reflectors are 1%. So reflectors are very rare. Since transition, your joints hurt. Well, you just need to flush things out. What do you mean by since transition? Or since you started. If it's since you started transition, you need to be hydrating yourself more. Drink coconut water. That's the best water for transition. Even the one in the carton is okay. The packaged one, that's fine. It still works very well. Human design is boxes. Yeah, kind of, but it's accurate. They're like super accurate. And it's just a cool way to understand yourself. Look at that. I can't ignore those people. You ordered the Mucusless Diet System book, but you're unsure where to buy the fruit. Anywhere. You can do it with supermarket fruit, honestly. If you can get organic and like higher quality, then that's better, but you can do it with supermarket fruit. Do I not feel hungry at all ever? Well, this is food. It's just a different density of food. This is a lighter food. I'm still getting everything I need. And I'm drinking like 8 liters a day, so I don't feel the desire to eat. Yeah, this puzzle piece guy. I did hear you. I answered your question. That's what they do, though. They do it on purpose. So what can you eat? Well, go to my page, and at the top there's a playlist with transition, and I explain everything in there, how to transition properly, completely, what to eat, how to never be hungry. You get to eat unlimited food, loads of that. Go and check out that playlist. Do I believe this cycle will ever end? What cycle? Is there a way to know your destiny? Yeah, with your intuition. Intuitively, you will know what it is. I know what I'm here to do, but I don't know how it's gonna. I don't know. I can't see exactly how it's gonna manifest, but I know what I'm here in this world to do. If you have a gluten intolerance, then have potatoes, have rice. Rice is gluten free. There's loads of gluten free carbs you can eat: fruit, sugar, jam, honey, potatoes, rice. You can get gluten free pasta. You can eat gnocchi, which is pasta made from potatoes. All sorts of good stuff. And then eventually you'll be able to have the gluten again. Do I do one-on-one conference? Yeah, there's a link in my TikTok bio. Usually I teach people, I either do human design readings and teach you how to read your chart yourself, and that's everything I know in one session, or I can teach you how to detox based on what you're eating now. So if you're interested in that, go to my TikTok bio. What do I think about drinking blood? I don't want to talk about that. This is the benevolent kind. How can you tell who is a reflector? If you Google your human design chart, it'll tell you what type you are. So type in human design chart in Google, and then type in your birth information, and it will give you your whole chart. And if you want help interpreting it, let me know. What should you do after realigning your atlas and a few months into the juice fast? Are you a few months into a juice fast? You should know what. If you're a few months into a juice fast, you should be pretty clear on what to do with your life. To be honest. There doesn't seem to be any confusion around that level. Are you 3 months into a juice fast after realigning your atlas? You're a projector, a reflector, a manifestor, all of them. Yeah, not true. I'm talking about human design. Is gluten bad? No. It's your ability to, nothing necessarily bad if you can process it. It's all about how well can your body process it. So gluten you can process properly if it's cleaner and if you don't eat fat. Don't you miss taking solid dumps? You do have solid movements when you drink this. That's the whole point of this. When you're on like day 5, day 6, day 7, day 21, and you're drinking nothing but juice, but you're still having solid waste come out, that's going to show you how much stuff gets stuck in the gut. That's the whole point of this. Because food gets stuck in the gut if you eat the wrong food. If you eat meat, if you eat cheese, if you eat high-fat foods, if you eat animal products, and even oily foods that are vegan, if you eat things that are hard to process, they get stuck. And the only way to get them out, ultimately, is flush. How do you even make the watermelon juice? I've got a juicer. Yeah, I've got a juice machine. Doesn't jam have white sugar? Yeah. Sugar's all right during transition. The whole point of transition is not trying to be perfect. You can't be perfect while you have a bunch of toxins in your body. That's why you do the transition. And that's why you can have white sugar, you can have jam, like bread, potatoes, that kind of thing, to transition yourself. That's the whole point of it. Do you still listen to music, or does the Father reprimand you for it? He's cool. There is no reprimanding for music. There's none of that. Whatever, like a lot of people have the impression of God that he's like a punisher and like you have to be perfect, all this stuff. He's not like that. He's actually really cool. And he's into the music you're into. He's into the games you're into. He likes doing the things that you do. That's the whole point. Because God is within. So, like, you've been guided to the things that you like because he likes them too. Unless, like, certain things. If it's like destroying yourself, that's different. But your benevolent interests, he likes it as well. God is cool. He's not against things. He's up for it. Someone said, can they join the live? Yeah, I'm more into just solo talking, to be honest. I don't know what we would talk about. And I don't even know you. You might say something that I don't want on my life. What's in the juice? Yeah, it's just watermelon. That's just watermelon. Human design is lower level consciousness. Yeah. Well, I think it's fucking cool. And everyone who gets a reading says how amazing it is. Because it is. That's why I talk about it. So most of the things I talk about on my page and on my lives are things that I have experienced in my life. But the human design came from someone else manifested that. But I'm so amazed by it that, and like, if you get your human design chart and have a look at it, you'll see how accurate it is. That's why I talk about that as well, because it's so good. Am I a fruitarian? I don't like labels like that. If you say you're a fruitarian and then someone sees you eating a potato, then do you know what I mean? As soon as you do that, as soon as you say that you're this, and then, because the nature of the human mind is constantly changing, constantly evolving, constantly, like advancing and progressing. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm a fruitarian," because then you've basically excluded all the other stuff. And then someone see you eating a potato and be like, "Look, he said he's fruitarian." Like, because people love to do that. They like kind of find a way to like, "Oh, look, you said you were fruitarian. Now you're eating a potato. Oh my God, wow!" Like, people are a bit like that. You need to know something. Post these live streams on YouTube. I do. The channel's called True Immortal. I upload all my live streams there. True Immortal on YouTube. Have I got any favourite movies or TV shows? No, but I just finished today Clair Obscur Expedition 33, which is one of the best games I've ever played. If you play games, I recommend that. Really good. Really, really, really good. Can I talk about why I think it's okay to not have protein because you don't want to eat protein? You don't need that much protein. Human breast milk is the lowest percentage protein of all mammals. Humans need less protein than any other animal. And there's enough protein in fruit for your everyday normal stuff. If you're doing like powerlifting and stuff, then you might need to supplement protein, I'm sure. But just to live normal life, you don't need to eat extra protein. What things have I never said in my vids that I feel would impact you the most? Well, if I wanted to say it, I would have said it. But I didn't say it because I didn't want to. I will one day. Mind sharing your age? Yeah, I don't like sharing personal info that much. Yeah, exactly, G. Human design is cool as fuck. It is. So are you, actually. You're a cool person. Because you know about stuff very few people know about. Like when I was talking to you on the phone, and like they were, do you know what I mean? Like it was like scatty. Like you gotta be careful about what you say, and like you know what I mean. You do have to be careful with. You have to be careful with knowledge. You do, because real esoteric knowledge is very powerful, and you have to be intentional with it. What if you already have diabetes and can't have carbs? Yeah, that's what you need to clean your body. Yeah, JJ, Claire Obscura is a masterpiece. It really is. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone who plays games. Even if you don't really play games, it's too good to not play it. If you play games, then Expedition 33 is an absolute must play. If you like any kind of game at all, that is a must play. Are parasites causing you mucus, nausea, and vomiting? Very, very, very possibly. Very likely if that's what you're dealing with. Yeah, you know exactly what I mean. Do you deal with them sort of people where you are now? You said you don't, but I know they're everywhere. But I reckon they are more in the UK. Like, you know, like on a council estate. They're like the council estate is like rife for that sort of stuff. How was Sydney? Yeah, it was all right. I was like, when I'm border hopping and going through countries and stuff, I'm not doing I'm not just chilling. It's like quite an intense process. I'll explain one day. Piano ending. Yeah, bro. Without saying too much. That was the only one that made sense to me at the time. It was. But then I then I watched a bunch of videos on it, and now, yeah, I don't know. It still makes sense. That ending does make more sense. How many times does your connection cut off or glitch when trying to talk about higher consciousness? Well, never. Expedition what? Expedition 33. How do you make money? I help people. There are things crawling out of your bottom. Do you need a cleanse? Yeah, you never should take tablets from a pharmacy. You should always just do it naturally and cleanse. That's the cure for everything. But yeah, cool. I am going to go now, but thanks everyone. I upload all of these lives to YouTube at True Immortal, so go check out True Immortal, and that's where you'll find a bunch of videos and live streams and all that stuff. So yeah, thank you, and I'll speak to everyone soon.